All right.
Well, you don't pass it. Just, why do you do that?
All right. Thank you. Chatter. So we just gotta get on that. I'm glad you want to do it, right? We just gotta get on it a little sooner. All right. So, take out your notes books if you have not done so already, and let's talk about some units. Okay, we're just going to touch base on some units and classic prefixes that we need to know for the units that we're going to use in science class. Okay, so what's if we have a long length? What do we measure that in the metric system?
Meters.
No, a little bit more. Kilometers. I'm just going to write these things down, just touch base on this real fast, okay? Normal lengths of like people and things like that is going to be measured in
Meters.
and small stuff is going to be measured in centimeters. Okay? Volumes, big volumes, things bigger than this water bottle would be measured in liters. We're not going to do a lot of liter work in chemistry, okay? That'd be like, pouring jugs of chemicals together, stirring them with big sticks. Like, we're not doing that. Our stuff is instead going to be more measured in milliliters. Where does the milliliter come from? It is the centimeter cubed. It is the centimeter cubed is where the milliliter comes from. These relationships are based on each other. And if you're in like AP Bio, you might deal with stuff like the microliter, which is 10 to the minus 6 liters. We will never measure anything that small here. Yeah.
How do you decide
Between milli and micro. So milli is a normal M. This is a Greek M, which looks like that, and it's weird, and you don't have to do it at all this year. Depends what your plans are for AP Sciences in the future. Okay, mass. What do we measure heavy weights in? Kilograms. Normal weights is, and small weights is milligrams. And like medicines that you buy at CVS are in milligrams. Like that is a common like unit that we actually measure stuff in. Okay. It's a little weird just in terms of like what we tend to use. We could have used the millimeter up here. But frankly, like we just don't happen to as often. We tend to use centimeters more. Okay. Let's talk about what those various prefixes mean. Okay. A kilogram is how many grams? This is physical science. Right. Kilogram is what? 1,000. Okay. Deci we don't use very often. The fact that it's deci instead of deca means that it's a 1/. Okay, that's a 1/10. A centipede has how many feet theoretically? 100. This is 1/100th. A centimeter is 1/100th of a meter. A millipede has the most leggy millipede ever was 750. They haven't actually found one with 1,000 legs yet, but they have a lot more than a centipede, so they call it the 1,000-legged creature when it's only around 400 normally. Each time they grow a new body segment, these guys get 2 legs, these guys get 4 legs. So it's just twice. That's super creepy now. Okay. That was just like some basics on our things. Now let's do some of our conversions, which is what we're going to be doing today. Now that we've reviewed some of our prefixes. If I have hours, 3.54 hours, and I want to turn that into seconds. I want to answer. We're going to talk about the process. We should be reaching for calculators though. Okay, I'm going to multiply by a conversion ratio. I want to get rid of hours. So do I put it in the top or the bottom?
top?
Right now it's hours. If I have something shown by itself, that's like hours over 1. If I want to get rid of it, I'm going to put it in the denominator. Okay? I don't necessarily, most of us, some of you may have memorized how many seconds in an hour. Most of us are going to go as through minutes as the other step along the way. Because all of us feel comfortable saying there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. This ratio that I'm converting by here equals 1. That's what I'm authorized to multiply by. There is 60 minutes in 1 hour. Those things are exactly equal to each other. So I'm not changing the magnitude of my number. I'm just changing the units on my number. Okay? Now I've got things in minutes, but that's kind of a short-term breakup relationship because as soon as I get it in minutes, I'm going to get it out of minutes and turn it into seconds. Okay, hold on, Tiger, hold on. I'm going to do a similar setup here. 60 seconds over 1 minute. Again, this is all about the units, getting to convert these units. I have hours here. I get to slice that out. I love the ninja slice out noise as I get rid of my various units, and that leaves me with just the seconds. So I take 3.54, multiply it by 60, multiply it by 60. What do I get? Nolan had your hand up a while ago.
12744.
12744 what? Seconds. And now that we're in units day, and from here forth, we have to put that word at the end of our numbers to know that we have the right answer. Okay? AK, how many sig figs do I have in my original measurement? So how many should I probably have in my final answer? So what should my final answer probably be? 12700 seconds. I just don't know with great specificity if I'm really at that last fraction of a second to be able to calculate that. Let's talk about these. This conversion, 60 seconds to 1 hour, that's a definition. That is solid. That doesn't limit our sig figs. Same thing with like kilo and milli. Those don't limit your sig figs. Okay? So it's back to your original measurement. That's what matters in terms of sig figs, not the within a unit conversion. If you have a conversion between two units, the number of kilometers in a mile, that one isn't as dependable, and you have to look at the sig figs that are there. But if it's like how many centimeters in a meter, it's exactly 100. Okay, go. With the person next to you, turn 528 seconds into hours. Game on. Ryan knows. Game on.
That's right.
How did I put those two next to each other? Big mistake. I was just kind of getting people in pairs, and now it's like the old married couple having a kid. Yes. Start with the things you can do. Get rid of the units you want to get rid of.
60 on the top.
Looks out, it's a good first step. You're just touching the calculator that has no relevance to the problem we're doing. Like this was.
I got it right the first time.
Jake, start me up here, dude. What's my first ratio I'm going to do? Seconds over minutes? Guess again.
Minute over second.
Because I have seconds here, I need to put it in the denominator to cancel it out. Okay? I'm going to have minutes up top. That's the hardest step. Okay? Amelia reasonably gets the easier step. Amelia, what's my numbers in here going to be?
60 seconds.
Yeah, I have to have 60 down here, and then come in here. Okay, 60 seconds, 1 minute. Okay, now I've got things in minutes. If that's all I wanted, I would be done. But I'm not done, Claire. What else do I have to do?
1 hour over 60 minutes.
1 hour over 60 minutes. I have to cancel out that next unit. It's in the numerator. I need something in the denominator. Gigi, multiplying by 1/4 is the same as doing what? Mathematically. Nope. Multiplying by 1/4 is the same as dividing by 4. So multiplying by 1 over 60 is the same thing as doing what? Multiplying by 1 over 60 is the same thing as doing what mathematically? multiplied by 1 over 60, so I am divided by 60. I'm just touching base on this divide. Multiplied by 1 over, that means in my calculator I'm just going to do divide by. So AK, if I take 528 and divide it by 60 and then divide it by 60 again, what decimal does your calculator tell you?
0.14666666.
Enough of the Satan worship out there. Okay. Nolan, how many sig figs is my original measurement? So how many should I have my final answer? So my final answer should be
147.
147 hours.
You can multiply that by 60 then to get the actual minutes, right?
Yeah, if I wanted to stop at minutes, I could do that here. But the question was to take all those hours.
8.8 minutes.
Gee.
Oh.
8.8 minutes.
I agree. This would probably be better measured in minutes. We're just practicing doing a long conversion, so we're going to have that ugly decimal hours. If I have a unit here, I put it in the denominator to get rid of it. Okay? Then I had this unit, then I put that in the denominator to get into hours. That's what's more important. This number is not important. This process of put the unit that I want in the numerator, put the unit I'm getting rid of in the denominator is what's up. Alright. Let's take 388 milligrams and convert that into kilograms. Okay, I'll do this one with you guys, then you'll do one on your own. So, 388 milligrams. I want to. Can you believe you distracted Ben like that? Okay. He's shocked. Shocked you did that. Okay, I want to get rid of milligrams. So I'm going to put that down here. I want to move through grams. I'm going to milligrams to kilograms. Grams is my in-between unit there. Okay? 1 gram is the same thing as 1,000 milligrams. Okay? Then I need to go get rid of grams. So I put that down below. Put kilograms up there. 1 kilogram, 1,000 grams. Alright. So I am just canceling out units. Ninja cancellation party. I'm going to be left with kilograms where I want to go. Okay. I'm taking 388, dividing it by 1,000, dividing by 1,000 again. Sachin, you got a decimal for me? 0.000388. If you want to turn that into scientific notation, that makes sense to me at this point to say 3.88 times 10 to the minus 4 kilograms. Either of these would be totally fine answers.
But isn't it just 38.8
Isn't it 38.8?
kilograms?
No. Because it should be this other 0.0038.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Whoops.
What about sig figs?
So I had 3 here. Both of these answers have 3. It's good to pay attention to that, but we've got that in mind. All right. 0.078 kilometers to millimeters. Go. 0.078 kilometers to millimeters. Game on. Start owning this skill by being able to do it on your own. That's what it was. Thank you. You can do nothing else. You can earn some partial credit by writing the problem down. So, Travis, talk to me. How's your weekend? Good. What am I going to put as my first conversion?
1,000 meters over 1 kilometer.
1,000 meters over 1 kilometer. Again, I'm getting rid of kilometers here. Okay, what's my next converter I'm going to put in there?
1,000 centimeters over 1 meter.
Oh, 1,000 millimeters over 1 meter. Okay. So, Lily, what essentially am I going to do mathematically here? Let's cross out that's the unit analysis. Let's do that. Cross out the units. And I'm left with millimeters, which is where I want to go. Jack, talk to me about what we actually do on the calculator.
0.078 times 1,000 times 1,000.
Yep. So each time we move 1,000, we move the decimal 3 places. So we move it 6 places total, and come up with what final answer, Jack?
78,000.
78,000. Which has 2 sig figs conveniently. If you want to write that as 7.8 times 10 to the 4th, you can. Questions on that? Here are some similar conversions in the imperial or English system, and they're much less pleasant to do. Okay, so if I have 357 inches, and I want to take that through 2 steps. I'm going to start off by writing down the number I have, and then thinking about my conversion factors that I'm going to need. Okay, what unit am I trying to get rid of? Inches. So where am I going to put that? In the bottom. Okay. What am I going to convert it to on the way to miles? What's a good in-between thing? Say it again. Feet.
Wait, why would you use yards?
You could use yards.
Oh.
I think more of us know about feet than know about yards, but who knows? It's a terrible system. Okay. So 1 foot for every 12 inches. Okay. Now I've got it in feet. You don't have to know, but what unit am I going to put in the denominator here? What unit? Feet. What unit am I going to put in the numerator? Miles. And then some nerds in the audience happen to know that is 5,280 feet per mile. You can be uber nerdy like me and know that that's based on how many 1,000 Roman legion steps. When the Romans were marching places, they would count 1,000 paces and put a stick in the ground and say, that's how far we've come. So this is 1,000 Roman steps, which leaves us with this crazy number, 5,280. Okay, they set about 5 feet per, march. Okay, so now you're taking 357 times 1 over 12 times 1 over 5,280 divided by each of those numbers. And on our calculators, Aiden, what crazy decimal do we get? 0.00563. And what unit is that in, Ben? In miles. So we should have canceled out the rest of it. Feet's in the top and bottom, inches in the bottom and top, so in miles. Oakley dokley.
Where are you?
Yeah, sometimes. How are we feeling about this, America? No? You don't like it? We got a medium? Good.